best technical advice.
A very warm welcome to all the viewers of Rose Bowl to a brand new episode of Gadget World. Today I'm going to introduce to you 3 devices. Firstly, a camera and 2 smartphones. So all you gadget lovers out there, stay tuned. Nocturnal animal like me, you would need a camera that can take pictures in low light. So that's the kind of camera that I'm going to introduce to you right now. It's called Canon IXUS 265. Hello everyone, today I have a beautiful device with me. It is Canon IXUS 265HS camera. Now this is a 12x optical zoom camera and a budget camera. I'll be telling more about it in a bit. So sticking on to the exteriors, it has, like any other standard Canon digital camera, its controls are pretty much the same. We have the flash selection, the display, the menu and things like that, and then we have off and on switch right here, and the clicking a picture, you just use the big button over here, and then we have 3 modes to shoot on this camera, which is the auto mode, the hybrid mode and the creative shot mode. Lots more exciting features right after this. Interestingly, it has a side flap which opens and gives you the slots for the audio video output as well as the HD USB slot. And over here we have the pop-up, battery slot as well, which is interesting like this. So you can have an SD card, and it comes with an SD card of 8 GB. So as I told you, it has 3 image modes. Firstly, for normal pictures you can go to the auto mode, and then there are 2 other modes, which is the creative mode as well as the auto hybrid mode. Well, the creative mode is interesting because it takes 5 images in a burst along with the original image, and you can select from 5 different filters and select the funkiest picture of your choice. And the next mode, which is the auto hybrid mode, is yet another interesting mode where pictures are taken, and along with the pictures a 4-second video is generated automatically. So at the end of the day you have a montage of your memories in video. Let's talk about the video capabilities of this camera. So if you are a fan of taking videos, you can actually take full HD videos of 1080p on this camera. So nothing to worry about. You can upload your videos on YouTube or Facebook or wherever. Sticking on to the video part of this camera, it stores videos in MP4 format, and it has intelligent IS system which actually ensures the stability of your videos even if you're taking the video while walking or movement while you're moving. So that is a good feature of this camera. So some other very interesting features of this camera, the fact that I've told you in the beginning that it has a 12x optical zoom, which makes it around 24x digital zoom capability. Along with that, it comes with an ultra wide angle capability as well as great low light shots as well. time for me to reveal the price of Canon IXUS 265HS, and the price is 12,995 rupees. Now on the final verdict of this camera, which is Canon IXUS 265HS, well, I like the low light capabilities of this camera, the wide angle, the quick easy modes, and the 3 different images modes. The downside is of course the price. I would have liked it to be in the 10,000 range. So on the whole, it's a good camera, and if you still like taking a very simple digital camera around while all the others are buying DSLRs, I think you should go for this camera. A smartphone by LG from the L series. L series consists of 3 phones, which is L90, L70 and L40. Today we'll be introducing to you to L70, so stay tuned. So yes, I have here with me the new LG L70 smartphone, and I'm going to start with its exteriors. I must say that it feels really good with the matte finish at the back. Now the screen size is not as big as the L90, but it is as wide, and it's a very sturdy, rough use phone. So let me start with the display. So the display is around 4.3 inches in size, and the images look a little pixelated, but on the whole it is very bright and pleasant looking. Now about the processor and memory. Well, the processor is a dual-core 1.2 GHz processor. About the memory, I'm not very happy with the internal memory, which is just a measly 4 GB, but then we can expand it with a micro SD card. About the cameras, it does have a primary and secondary camera, that is a rear and front camera. Well, the rear camera comes with a 5 megapixel resolution, whereas the front camera comes with a meager 0.3 megapixel. Now about the operating system of this phone, well, it operates on an Android 4.4.2, the latest version of Android KitKat. So we can see it's very typical huge icons as well. Now the display is protected with a Corning Gorilla Glass, which comes as an added advantage, definitely. The Snapdragon 200 chipset processor comes with graphics support of Adreno 302. I forgot to mention that this phone is a dual SIM phone, and it comes in 2 variants, white, which I have with me right now, and black. For music lovers, it does come with a loudspeaker as well as a 3.5mm headset jack. And for travel freaks, it does come with a GPS as well as GLONASS locators. Talking about the battery capacity of this phone, I'm not very happy with the way it is performed. It's not as big as the L90 battery, and it just gets 4 hours and 40 minutes on talk time. Display resolution, it comes in 480p resolution, and about the weight of the handset, well, it's pretty light at around 125 grams. It's time for me to summarize the pros and cons of this phone for you. The pros definitely include the fact that it's very sturdy and it has a very good feel in your hands. It's a good grip, it doesn't slip off of your hands so easily, doesn't scratch easily. The downsides of this phone are very many. The battery doesn't perform well, the internal memory storage is very less at 4 GB, and on the whole, the latest Android 4.4.2 experience is somewhat diluted by the fact that the screen resolution is not so good. So you don't get the true Android experience with this phone. I'm about to reveal the price of this phone, which is LG L70. The price is 13,990 rupees. The LG L70 comes in the same class as other competitors like Moto G. Now, comparing the features and performance, I would say that this phone doesn't perform as well as the other players in the same category. Nokia is out with a brand new smartphone, and this one is Nokia Lumia 630. Now this one comes in a range of colors for all the bright youngsters out there. It comes in bright yellow, bright red, as well as black and white. For more details on this phone, just stay tuned. Surprise, surprise! Guess what I have here for you? I have the latest Nokia Lumia 630 right here for you. Nokia Lumia 630 is not only the first ever Windows 8.1 phone, it is also the first Windows phone to support dual SIM. So it comes in two versions, which is a single SIM as well as dual SIM. So the most striking feature of this phone is definitely what you've already noticed. It's its very refreshing lime yellow color. Now it comes in green, orange, as well as black and white too. All peppy colors which actually imbibe the spirit of youth. As far as the processor goes, this phone scores a 6er. Now it has a quad-core 1.2 GHz Cortex-7 processor, which is awesome. As far as the screen size goes, it has a 4.5-inch screen, which is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 3.0. The Snapdragon 400 chipset processor is actually powered by 512 MB RAM, which I think is a little too less, as well as graphics, which is GPU Adreno 305. Now it's time to talk to you about the camera of this phone. Well, it only has a rear camera. It does not have a front camera, so that is a big drawback for those of you who would like to take selfies. So the only camera it has is the rear camera, and this itself is just 5 megapixel, and it comes with features like geo tagging as well as wide sweep panorama. So this phone comes with an internal memory of 8 GB, and this can be expanded up to 128 GB by using SD cards. Another question you might have is how good is the video recording capacity of this phone? Well, it can take 720p videos at 30 frames per second. The new Windows 8.1 comes with a range of new features including Action Center with notifications, Quick Toggle, as well as Cortana Voice Assistant, to name a few. Some other interesting features of this phone include the fact that it has an active noise cancellation system as well as free 7 GB storage from Microsoft's SkyDrive, which is awesome. Now it's time for me to summarize the pros and cons of this phone for you. Well, the pros include the fact that it is a very peppy looking, very lively looking phone, very suitable for the young people, and of course I like the shape and the feel of it. It gives you a very good grip, doesn't slip out of your hand that easily. And another thing is the Corning Gorilla Glass, which will give you a good protection, so that means that you can use it in a rough way as well. Among the other positives of this phone are the fact that it is a quad-core phone and it has a very impressive expandable memory capacity up to 128 GB. The negatives of this phone include the fact that it does not have a front camera. Now, how are we supposed to take a selfie without a front camera? Another thing that seems a little less satisfactory for me is the fact that it has only 512 MB RAM, which could lead to slowing down after long use. For me to reveal the price of this handset. This handset in the dual SIM version comes at 11,999 rupees, and the single SIM version comes at 10,999 rupees. For the Gadget World verdict of Nokia Lumia 630. I'd say if you are a Windows phone fan, don't think twice, go and grab your phone, because this phone is a pioneer in the sense that it's the first phone with Windows 8.1 operating system. Not only that, it's the first Windows phone with dual SIM capability. Go grab your own handset. It's time to wind up this episode of Gadget World. Next time we'll be back with lots more of news from the world of gadgets and technology. So do stay tuned to Rose Bowl. Goodbye.